ahead is a left turn I know I need to make in order to go up to Shingletown. I don't actually know where the road goes to the right if I go on to the right. Kind of interesting about that. In all these years, I never went to the right. I always go to the left. I wonder what would have happened to me if I'd gone to the right. There's water in it. I was at a motorcycle rally over the weekend, and several people asked me, how do you turn? You know, how do you turn a sidecar? And they were kind of making like tip over kind of motions with their hands. And I was thinking about it later. When, you know, how you turn a sidecar, of course, depends on the context. But if you watch how I'm riding on the rest of the way up to Shingletown, I think what you'll see is that it is a blend, a combination of using the throttle and the brakes, the front and rear brake. The brakes have a lot to do with how you're going to turn a motorcycle. Now, I don't just mean slowing down. Since you have asymmetric braking, you can use that to your advantage as you go into turns. I have a little bit of front brake on this turn. Took me right through it. And with no effort at all. Then again, you're constantly counterbalancing the mass and the frontal area, basically, of the sidecar, and with this rig anyway, in both hands. So there's always a pull to the right that's evident to me while I'm riding everywhere. Like riding straight down the highway, you'll see me riding straight, but the car is pulling to the right. And I guess maybe that could be somewhat fine-tuned out, but when you do that, something else has changed. So I'm going to mostly probably leave it the way it is. The other thing you might notice, generally you can't see it in the videos, is there's different hand positions that you also use in order to hold onto the throttle, for example, and use other fingers to control the front brake while you're also on the throttle. And also on the left-hand side, where you generally can't see, like right now, I've got my palm against the bar, pushing as hard as I can to get through the turn. So in that case, it's a handlebar turn, if you will, coupled with some front brake. Everything's combined. All of these things are merged together simultaneously while I'm riding, and so there isn't one way in which you're turning. If you see me in a parking lot and you see me just turning around, I'm probably using the bars. I might also possibly have a little rear brake on, but A lot of it's kind of finesse, and when you take off from a start, and you're also going to be turning at the same time, I do quite a bit of clutch slippage. I find when I'm doing that, I really feather the clutch out while I'm taking off in it. Otherwise, it can be very jerky because you have to push so hard with your right hand against the bar. At the same time, you're trying to release the clutch with the other hand, and handle whatever braking you're doing with the right hand, and yet the bar, you're fighting the mass of the car with your hands. And by now I've made it sound really uncomfortable, but actually I'm also so used to it now that it's just what I do, and it doesn't feel uncomfortable to me. It can be tiring after a 6-hour day, but it's not really ever uncomfortable. I will say one thing: only riding up to Lassen on this trip did I ever get blisters on my hands from riding a motorcycle.